Outside the comforts of your home, you will have two types of amenities: inclusive services, which residents pay for in their homeowners association fee, and there are fee-for-service amenities. The concierge will manage all the minor organizational details concerning the residents and the Marquette. The concierge staff will assist in areas where all residents have a common need, such as bus scheduling for trips or moving baggage and groceries. Concierge services operate at different levels in hospitality businesses, and we hope to find the balance that works best for our residents. The Marquette will provide local bus transportation to all residents as part of their inclusive fee. We will have a small local bus that shuttles residents throughout the town while we are in port, and with cell phones in hand, ride coordination with the driver will be very convenient. There will also be a large bus for the bigger groups. 2 theaters for screening movies and sharing music will be located below decks. They will seat 10 to 20 people. Activity rooms below decks will accommodate the many craft and artistic endeavors of our residents. Residents can exchange books and movies in our library, which will be below decks. 2 pontoon boats will be available for wildlife watching and fishing. These boats will be capable of carrying 10 to 30 passengers. They will be especially useful in shallow water conditions. An aquatic lounging area will be situated on the 4th deck of each bow barge. Each side will have a swimming pool with an attached hot tub. The exercise equipment and saunas will also be in this same area. Walkers will enjoy the open-air atrium down the center of the vessel. Our vessel is 600 feet long, and one lap will be approximately a quarter mile. Our chipping putting golf area on the top deck of the stern barges will have an 18-hole course. With potential chip shots of 50 yards, this course will be great fun, especially while cruising. A medevac landing site is available on both bow barges if needed. Fishing will be permitted from the first deck balconies and from the dock area in the stern of the vessel. Onboard boats will also be available for fishing. Special assistance is available for persons needing more extensive services than offered by the concierge staff. For example, obtaining tickets for a local theater, housekeeping, or help figuring out a computer problem. There will be a fee for this individualized service. When you come ashore, you can either utilize bus transportation or rent one of our cars. The Marquette will be shadowed along its route with a land support staff that will move the rental cars from port to port. They will also pull a trailer designed to carry personal motorcycles. The hydraulically operated docks on the stern of the Marquette will deploy when we are stopped. All types of rental watercraft will be available: power craft such as fishing boats and runabouts, and unpowered craft such as kayaks and canoes. Residents may also keep their own boat aboard for a fee. The restaurants and deli will be located on the bow of the Marquette, with the full-service restaurant on the starboard or right side of the vessel, and the buffet line and deli located on the port or left side of the vessel. Please keep in mind that the kitchen will be located below decks on the starboard side of the vessel. When the vessel is separated, residents will not have access to all restaurant facilities. While separated, the buffet restaurant will offer a limited menu. The grocery store on board will take care of most residents' food requirements. The Marquette will have considerable space below decks, and our stock of dry goods will be extensive. Our land crew will be responsible for supplying the Marquette with fresh foods as often as possible. And since the grocery store will be directed by the association, we expect the pricing to be reasonable. Each full-time and half-time resident will have a permanent 4x3 storage locker below decks. Other residents may use a temporary storage locker while aboard. Our entire vessel will be wired to take advantage of the current communication technologies. A satellite dish will provide high-speed internet and cable television. We can expect excellent performance in these areas. Our primary telephone service will be cellular phones, and range will be improved with onboard high-gain antennas. Ship-wide telephone and video will be available. With this service, residents can share the view from the pilot house and radio transmissions the captain is experiencing as we travel together. Everyone will have visitors from time to time that exceed the space in their condominium. River Cities will have a rental program for your guests, and owners can place their condominium into the leasing pool when they are away. We will say more about this later. Personal services such as the spa and hair care will be contracted with individuals interested in living and working aboard the Marquette. The Marquette will be equipped with a medical clinic. We are currently determining the best approach at providing the highest level medical care possible under our circumstances. After consideration of issues such as state medical licensing, we anticipate a nursing professional will provide our medical care aboard with additional assistance available via satellite hookup. How does River Cities operate and how do you become an owner? Residents buy their condominium and then share the expenses for operating the vessel. Once the Marquette is built, River Cities manages the business complex and all land and water transport functions for the community. Residents become owners with the purchase of a 100-year renewable lease. This lease can be bought and sold in the same way land-based real estate is marketed. Owners can either sell their condominium themselves or River Cities will act as their sales agent for a 4% fee. River Cities offers 3 ownership options: full ownership, half ownership alternating every 6 months, and 2-month ownership. Option 1 is full ownership. This means the buyer purchases their condominium for full-time residency. They own the unit and do not share occupancy with others, and a storage locker is available below decks. Full-time owners furnish their condominiums, or River Cities will furnish their condominium for a fee. Option 2 is half ownership that alternates every 6 months. With this option, buyers purchase a 6-month time period, which is the same each year. The winter time period is from November through April, and the summertime period is from May through October. The condominium comes completely furnished, and each owner has a storage locker below decks. Half owners always occupy the same condominium. This option is ideal for snowbirds who want to escape the cold winters of the north. Your River Cities condo becomes your winter getaway as you cruise the southern rivers and Gulf waterways. It's also a great schedule for people with permanent homes in warm climates. Buy a half ownership and escape the hot and humid summers as you cruise the northern rivers each year. Our 2-month option is 2 months on the boat and then 12 months off the boat. This chart illustrates how the 2-12 option works. If you started the cycle the first year, you would be aboard January and February. You would then be off the boat for 12 months and then on the boat for March and April the next year. As you can see, if you follow this chart for 7 years, you will have eventually seen the entire cruise route during all the different seasons of the year. Our 212 option is a great way to enjoy a 2-month cruise each 14 months for a very reasonable cost. For those seeking more time aboard, multiple 2-month periods can be purchased. With the 212 option, the condominium comes completely furnished and the condo location varies each 2-month period. A storage locker will be available below decks for the duration of your 2-month cruise. Unfortunately, pets will not be permitted with the 212 option. Reserve early for the best selection of cruising start dates. River Cities will offer a variety of standard-size condominiums. The first plan on the left, the Illinois, is a studio. The Tennessee and the Ohio are 1-bedrooms, and the Mississippi is a 2-bedroom. And there are also 32 larger condominiums. Their plans are contained in our sales packet. Please press the pause button on your player to review these plans further. Standard-sized condominium prices and estimated annual expenses are summarized on this chart. These estimated prices are based on most recent shipyard estimates. The final price for your condominium will be determined at contract signing, and contract signing will occur once 90% of the condominiums are sold on each half of the vessel. Marquette Association policies have not yet been officially formalized in their entirety. However, the following policies have been established in these important areas. 2 well-mannered pets are welcome per residence on a provisional basis. Dogs are limited to 15 pounds maximum weight. If an owner is unable to control excessive barking, the association may deny the dog continued residency. And owners residing above the first deck are required to either carry dogs in their arms or crated when moving to the first deck potty area in the stern of the vessel. Pets will not be allowed for 212 owners, and when signing on for the 6-month option, owners will have a choice of pet-free residences. Smoking will only be permitted within 2 specially ventilated lounges on the first deck at the stern of both right and left side barges. Except for these lounges, smoking will not be permitted inside or outside on the vessel. There will be absolutely no tipping of staff members. If you need special assistance, the staff will be available on a fee basis. River Cities is not a hotel, it's your home. Fishing will only be permitted off first deck condominiums. Family and friends can use your condominium while you are away. However, Federal Maritime Commission rules will require all owners to list parents, siblings, children, and 5 friends they will permit to use their condominium while they are not aboard. All others will be subject to lease arrangements through River Cities Management. Leasing of your condominium will be permitted, but only through the leasing pool operated by River Cities Management Team. Owners can lease their condominium short-term to other residents' guests, or owners can lease long-term with a 1-month minimum stay for guests of their choosing or lessees found by River Cities Management. River Cities will charge a 40% fee for this service. This is a deck layout for the Marquette. You will find a copy in your sales packet, or you can download one from our website. As sales progress, we will design the vessel based on the percentages of the standard-sized condos we are selling. And if you would like to purchase a standard-sized condominium, your location aboard will be first come, first served. Buyers can reserve their location immediately if they purchase a custom-designed unit located on the ends of each barge. Terms of sale will explain how the Marquette will be built and finances handled. The Marquette will be built in halves, with the starboard or right half being built first, and construction will require 12 to 15 months. Once the starboard half is complete, residents will move aboard and begin cruising. In the meantime, the port or left side of the Marquette will be under construction and will be completed 6 to 9 months later. Once completed, it will be occupied by its owners and join the starboard side of the Marquette for its lifetime of cruising. River Cities will pre-sell condominiums to a sales target of at least 90% before finalizing our contract with the shipyard. The pre-sell or pre-sale period is defined as the time from the start of sales until the time buyers have committed to the purchase of 90% of the condominiums on each half of the Marquette. Once the 90% sales target is achieved, River Cities will ask buyers to finalize their purchase agreement with their signature and a 25% down payment. After this commitment from our buyers, River Cities will authorize the start of construction with the shipyard. The actual starting date of construction will depend on the shipyard backlog. The condominium prices we have quoted in the pre-sale period are estimates. Final prices will be determined once contract prices are secured with shipbuilders and various subcontractors. Buyers accepting the final pricing of their condominium sign a purchase agreement and make a 25% down payment. We anticipate final pricing will be within plus or minus 5% of the estimated price. If buyers reject the final pricing, they will receive a full refund of their earnest money deposit. Unfortunately, River Cities cannot lock in contract prices with shipyards because of the pre-sale delay in starting construction and the fluctuating price of steel. We believe this adjusted final pricing will provide the best value to our buyers. Please be assured that every effort has been made to establish accurate pricing to date. River Cities buyers reserve their condominium with a $1,000 earnest money deposit. Earnest money deposits are fully refundable plus interest up until the time of contract signing. Once the pre-sale target of 90% is achieved, River Cities will have pricing and a completion schedule available for buyer approval. If these terms are acceptable to the buyer, a 25% down payment is made and purchase agreement completed. Buyers fund the construction process with 2 additional payments. The first 35% payment is made at the start of construction. Another 35% payment is made 120 days before the end of construction. At the end of construction, the owner takes possession and makes a 5% final payment. River Cities wants to provide the most reasonable price possible for your condominium while assuring the financial security our buyers deserve. Up until the start of construction, all funds held in River Cities escrow accounts will earn interest for the buyer in a Wells Fargo savings account. Wells Fargo Bank will distribute escrow funds in the same way they handled their in-house construction loans. They will pay the shipyard and subcontractors according to prescribed progress payments.
20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bow lines. Sail away from the safe harbor. Catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, discover.
We thank you for considering our one-of-a-kind lifestyle and hope you will join us. Throw off those bow lines, sail away from safe harbor, and catch the trade winds in your sails.